which are helpful in increasing the acidic secretion in the stomach. Acidifiers, these are the substance, inorganic substance inorganic chemical substance which increases the acidic secretion in stomach. These are the inorganic chemical substance which helpful in increasing the acidic secretion in the stomach. That is the acid which is produced in stomach is HCl. Now, in which condition these acidifiers are used? These acidifiers are used in condition that is achlorohydria. Used in achlorohydria condition. Now, what is this achlorohydria condition? Achlorohydria condition is a condition in which the acidic secretion in our stomach will get decreased. Chloro means hydrochloric acid, A means absence. Achlorohydria is absence of hydrogen chloric acid in our stomach. In achlorohydria condition, these acidifiers are used or given to our body. This is second point. Now, this achlorohydria is also called hypochlorohydria. Hypochlorohydria. This is hypochlorohydria and achlorohydria, and this is the third point. And coming to the next point, if we discuss about the classification of these acidifiers, there are 4 different types of acidifiers are existed. There are, first one is gastric acidifiers. Second one is urinary acidifier. Third one is systemic acidifier. And fourth one is acids. These are the 4 different types of acidifiers which are used. First one is gastric acidifier, second one is urinary acidifier, third one is systemic acidifier, fourth one is normal acids. Now, if we discuss about this gastric acidifier helps in secretion of HCl, and this helps in maintaining the pH level in the stomach and helps in maintaining the acidic level in our stomach. What is the use of this urinary acidifier? This urinary acidifier what does this urinary acidifier do means, during the filtration of our blood or urine formation, this urinary acidifier will help in maintaining the pH, and the pH will be between 7.2 to 7.4. Now, in some cases, the pH will be raised more than 7.4. As a result, the basic concentration will be increased in urinary product. As a result, when the acidifiers are used, it will decrease the basic concentration and will increase the acidic strength in urine. This is about urinary acidifiers. Now, about systemic acidifiers. Systemic acidifiers is about in our blood vessels. In our blood vessels, the pH will be between 7.2 to 7.4, slightly alkaline in nature, and in some cases the base pH will get increased, and as a result basic concentration will be increased. Now, as a result, to decrease the basic concentration, these systemic acidifiers are given to our body. If we discuss about the examples under these acidifiers, there are 2 different types of examples. First one is hydrochloric acid, second one is ammonium chloride. These are the two examples which can be discussed under acidifiers, that is hydrogen chloride, hydrogen chloric acid, and ammonium chloride. If we discuss about this gastric acidifiers and how does the HCl will be formed in our body. Let us consider this is the stomach of our body. Let us consider this is the stomach of our body, and the outermost layer of the stomach is parietal layer, and the innermost layer of this stomach is mucosal layer. Outside the outermost layer is parietal layer and the innermost layer is mucosal layer. Now the layer which is present next to this parietal layer is blood vessels. A group of blood vessels are present around the stomach. Now if we discuss about the secretion of HCl, how does it secreted means, let us consider this is a blood vessel. And this is a blood vessel, and the layer which is present next to it is parietal layer, and it consists of parietal cells. Let us consider this is a parietal cell, and next to this parietal cell, then this is the lumen of our stomach. This is a lumen, and this is a parietal cell. This is a blood vessel, and it is a parietal cell or parietal layer, and it is a lumen of our stomach. Now, whenever the blood which is crossing through this blood vessel, because of diffusion or osmosis process, the carbon dioxide level or the carbon dioxide from this blood will get diffused into these parietal cells. Carbon dioxide will be diffused from blood vessel into the parietal cells. Now, the carbon dioxide which is present in parietal cell will get reacted with one molecule of water. Carbon dioxide will react with 1 mole of water. As a result, it forms bicarbonate ion. H2CO3 will be formed as a result. Now, H2CO3 which is formed in parietal cell will get dissociated into two products. Then one is H plus and other one is HCO3 minus. This H2CO3 will get dissociated into two forms. One is H plus and other one is HCO3 minus. Now, this HCO3 and H plus, this HCO3 which is formed will be moved out of this parietal cell. It will be moved out of the cell. Through the active transport mechanism, this bicarbonate ion will be moved out of this parietal cell. Whenever this bicarbonate ion will be moved out of this cell, one chloride ion will be moved into the parietal cell. One chloride ion will be moved into the parietal cell. Now, as a result, the remaining substance are H plus plus Cl minus. As a result, HCl. HCl will be formed. Now, this H plus and Cl minus ions will be moved into the lumen. As a result, H plus Cl minus ion will react together and results in formation of HCl. In this way, the HCl will be formed in our stomach and it is highly concentrated. The pH will be, this HCl which is produced will be highly concentrated and pH will be between 4 to 6. Now, the enzyme which is present in parietal cell which helps in conversion of this carbon dioxide plus H2O is carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase enzyme will help in reaction between carbon dioxide and water, will result in formation of H2CO3. Now, H2CO3 which is formed will be dissociated into two forms, that is H plus and HCO3 minus. And this H plus, whenever this HCO3 ions will be formed, it will be moved out of this parietal cell. As a result, whenever this HCO3 ions will be moved outside, one chloride ion will be moved inner side. This is chloride ion. One chloride ion will be moved to the inner side of the parietal cell. As a result, there is one H plus ion, and whenever this Cl minus ion will be moved, as a result, H plus and Cl minus will get reacted and result in formation of HCl in the lumen. This is one pathway of formation of HCl in our stomach. And if we discuss about, this is about gastric acidifiers, and if we discuss about the urinary acidifiers, let us consider this is the glomeruli. This is Bowman's capsule and it is a efferent arteriole which is coming towards it. And this is the glomeruli. It is Bowman's capsule. Combined together called as Malpighian tubule. And urinary, what is the function of this urinary acidifier means? This urinary acidifier, whenever there is a formation of urine in our kidney, now the pH will be between 7.2 to 7.4. The normal range of pH in our kidney will be 7.2 to 7.4. Now, in some conditions, the pH will be raised up to more than 7.4. In some cases, the pH will be more than 7.4. Then it results in increasing the basic nature. Basic nature will be increased and it results in problem in our kidney. Now, whenever the pH will be more than 7.4, as a result, the urinary acidifiers will be given to our body. Whenever this urinary acidifier will be given to our body, as a result, whenever the urinary acidifier will be given to our body, the pH will becomes less than 7.2. As a result, the acidic concentration will be increased. Acidic nature will get increased. Now, whenever pH value will increase more than 7.4, as a result, the urinary acidifier will be given to our body. Now, whenever this urinary acidifier will be given to our body, whenever the basic nature will increase, it helps in maintaining the basic level into the acidic level. This is the function of urinary acidifier. And when we discuss about systemic acidifier, the systemic means blood. Let us consider this is a blood vessel in which blood is flowing in this direction. Here also same, the normal pH range will be 7.2 to 7.4. In some cases, in some cases the pH will be increased more than 7.4. As a result, the basic concentration will be increased. Whenever the pH will be more than 7.4, some systemic acidifiers will be given to our body. As a result, the pH will become less than 7.2 and the acidic level will be maintained in our blood and helps in increasing the acidic concentration in our blood. This is about three types of acidifiers. One is gastric acidifiers and urinary acidifiers and systemic acidifiers. Next, if we discuss about two examples of these acidifiers. First, let us discuss about HCl. There are two examples. One is HCl and another one is ammonium chloride. First, if we discuss about HCl, the molecular formula is HCl. This is a molecular formula and molecular weight will be 35.5 grams. Molecular weight is 35.5 grams and if we discuss about the state, it is a liquid state, and if we discuss about the color, it is a colorless. It is a colorless solution, and if we discuss about percentage of purity or assay, it should not be less than 97%. It should not be less than 97%. Now, if we discuss about the preparation of this HCl, H plus and Cl minus will form HCl. And in one more way, H plus and Cl minus will form HCl. This is one type of preparation, and it will be used as acidifier. These are some points about HCl and next, if we discuss about ammonium chloride, Now, this ammonium chloride is a type of acidifier. It is a type of acidifier, and the molecular formula is NH4Cl, and the molecular weight will be 53.49 grams. Per mole. And if we discuss about the solubility, it is water soluble. is highly water soluble. And if we discuss about the smell of this ammonium chloride, the smell of the ammonium chloride will be saline, cooling saline, and they are also called cooling saline. This is a this is a smell of this ammonium chloride. And next point is preparation of this ammonium chloride. NH3 plus HCl will form NH4Cl. NH3 plus HCl will form NH4Cl. This is one of the preparation method of ammonium chloride. And if we discuss about the assay of this ammonium chloride, first of all, 1 gram of ammonium chloride, in 1 gram of ammonium chloride 20 ml of water should be added. 20 ml of water should be added. Now to this solution we should add 5 ml of formaldehyde. To this solution we should add 5 ml of formaldehyde. Let us discuss once again. 1 gram of ammonium chloride plus 20 ml of water plus 5 ml of formaldehyde. Now to this solution add phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein indicator should be added. Now titrate this entire solution with 1 molar sodium hydroxide. Titrate this entire solution with 1 molar sodium hydroxide, and it results in formation of end product. This is a assay of ammonium chloride. These are the two different types of acidifiers. One are HCl and other one is ammonium chloride. Now if we discuss about assay of HCl, first we should take 274 grams of HCl. 274 grams of HCl should be dissolved in 726 grams of water. 274 grams of HCl should be dissolved in 726 grams of water. It results in formation of dilute HCl. This dilute HCl can be used as acidifier. This is about some important points about acidifiers.